kneeling right down on your heels. We're going to take a big deep breath in and all the way out. Now just lean back a little bit further and big deep breath in and all the way out. So keep your back nice and straight. Do one big full rotation of your head. Let's change direction. Okay, so we're going to take a big deep breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to look at the ceiling. Same idea again, big deep breath in. And as we look out, we're going to look at the floor. Okay, so just go to stretch the side of your neck really, really gently. And change. So we're just going to bring the shoulders right back. 3 in a row and bring them forward 3 in a row as well. So one arm across the other like this, get a nice stretch and looking in the opposite direction. And we're going to change. Leaning back a little bit further again. Now come back up. So you're just straight on your knees. And we're going to just stretch out your triceps next. Get a nice stretch. And we're going to change. And a big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just bring your hands right down behind your head. And elbows back. And then we're going to just bring our hands together. Shoulders back. And hands right down behind our back. Stretching out our chest. So now we're just going to stretch out our calves. So just get down on your hands and we're going to walk up with our hands. So at the moment my heels are up off the ground. I'm going to keep walking up with my hands until my heels are dug into the ground. And I'm just going to hold it there, keeping your legs dead straight. And very, very slowly we're just going to walk back down again with our hands, just taking the pressure off. Now this time we're just going to go a little bit further. And as we're stretching, we're just going to really breathe out heavily. So keep going until you can really feel your heels dug into the ground a little bit further. And right back down again. So we're going to sit right down on our heels again. And this time we're going to go back a little bit further again. And this time you should feel a lovely stretch in your quads as well as your tibialis anterior. Now this time we're just going to do a stationary stretch for our calves. So in inverted V shape position, right leg over left leg, keeping your left heel dug into the ground and get a lovely stretch on your calf. Now in this position, all you got to do now is just drop your knee a little bit, keeping your heel dug into the floor, and we're just going to stretch the soleus a little bit as well. Okay, we're going to switch over. This time, left leg over right leg. Your right heel dug into the ground. And we're going to bend the knee of our right leg just a little bit and stretch that soleus. Okay, now bring your feet together. And this time we're going to walk up again. Up as far as we can, keeping your legs dead straight, all the way up. And you're going to try your best to touch the ground with your legs dead straight. And we're going to hold that. Now in this position, just release a little bit. Take a big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to go a little bit further. Keeping your legs dead straight, knees are locked out. Bend your knees, and we're going to come up nice and gently. Okay, so in this position, we're going to go right leg over left leg. We're going to take a big deep breath in. Keeping your left leg locked out fully all the way down until you can feel a really, really deep, good stretch on your left hamstring. All the way down. Now, you're going to try and relax your left leg as much as possible. So try not to contract any muscle at all. And very, very gently, we're coming up. And we're just going to switch. So switch legs. And this time it's left leg over right leg. Big deep breath in. And breathing out all the way, breathing into the stretch, nice and deep. So this time your right leg is locked out fully and all the way down. And very, very slowly, come back up again. Now we're going to stretch out our adductor muscles now next. So you can separate out your legs. And we're going to stretch out the inside of the right leg first of all. So we're just going to lean into this stretch right here and keeping your back dead straight until you can feel a really good stretch from the inside of your knee right up into your groin. A little bit deeper, and we're going to change. Go right down until you can feel that lovely deep stretch right inside your adductor muscles. Nice and gently, all the way up. Okay, we're going to get right down on the mat, and this time we're just going to stretch out our glutes. So my left leg is dead straight on the ground. I'm going to hug my right knee into my chest as far as I can, all right? So diagonally across your lower leg and hug that right in. And I'm feeling a really deep stretch from the top of my hamstring right through my glute into my lower back. And for a little bit more of an effective, deeper stretch, I'm just going to press in a little bit more. So a big deep breath in. And as I breathe out, I'm going to just really press that in. So I'm getting a really, really good stretch now. And we're going to change. Same idea again. So gently bring it into your chest. And if you feel you can go a little bit deeper, take a big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, press it right in. Okay, next one, we're going to stretch out our lower back really, really gently. So keeping your legs dead flat on the ground. We're going to take a big deep breath in. And breathe out, and you're tucking your chin into your chest. And very, very gently until you can feel a nice stretch on the back of your legs coming into your lower back. And make sure this isn't too extreme, it's just a gentle stretch. Okay, we're just going to come right back up again, and this time we're going to go a few millimeters further. So big deep breath in. And you can point your toes right towards your face as well to get just that deeper stretch in your calf. And last time, so big deep breath in and going a tiny bit further again. And tucking your chin right into your chest. And up we come. Now, next one, I'm going to put the sole of my right foot up against the thigh of my left leg. And all I'm doing here is I'm just pressing right down and getting a stretch on my short adductor muscles right here. And we're going to change. I'm a little bit tighter on my left, so it just feels a little bit harder to push it down. But it's a very, very effective stretch. That's it. Next one, we're going to bring the 2 feet together, soles of feet together. I'm going to take a big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to press with your elbows right on the inside of your knee. And you're going to just get a stretch on the short adductor muscles there as well. We're going to release. Going to go a little bit further. And last time. Our next one is for our lower back. So we're right down, lying right down on our backs, and our legs are in a tabletop position, and all I'm doing here is I'm bringing my 2 legs together all the way down, so the outside leg is nearly touching off the ground. So we're getting a really, really good stretch for our lower back. And we're going to change. And back into the center again. Our next one is just for our hamstrings. It's our normal hamstring stretch. And we're just going to ease ourselves into this one. So you can bend the leg you're not stretching. I'm just going to bring it up nice and straight. I'm holding my leg just above my knee. in the middle of my calf. And in this position now, I'm just going to lower my other leg all the way down, and I feel a lovely deep stretch in my hamstrings. Now for the last couple of seconds, point your toes towards your face for 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to change around. Same idea again. So we're going to start in this position, and then we're going to gently let the other leg right down all the way while keeping that lovely deep stretch in the hamstring. And I'm going to point the toes right down at the face for 3, 2, and 1. Our next one is for our quads. So we're going to just get our balance. So I'm going to start my right quad. I'm going to start on my left leg. I'm going to grab my toes. And I'm going to bring my heel right up towards my glutes. So I'm in this position now. That's a fairly basic stretch. But I'm going to get a bit of a deeper stretch now. I'm going to grab up my other hand, grab the toes, pull it right up, and I'm going to lean forward into this deep, deep stretch. And down. That's it. Okay, so we're going to switch around. Get your balance and focus. So get your basic stretch first of all, where you feel a lovely gentle stretch in the quad. Add in your other hand. Put it up a little bit more. And we're going to really lean into this one now. Pull up as far as you can and all the way down. We're going to keep our feet together. And a big deep breath in. And all the way down, keeping your legs dead straight. And we're just going to hold this one for about 6 seconds. And we're going to bend the knees and come right up. And we're just going to stretch out our hip flexors, so all the way down. Now keep your back nice and straight, but press out your groin a little bit. Okay, so bend right into that until you can feel a really good stretch over your hip joint. So I'm stretching my right hip flexor right here. So I'm going to look to the left to give me a little bit of a deeper stretch on it. I'm going to change. Same idea again. We're just going to bend into this. And now I'm going to look to the right and get a really, really decent and deep stretch here. And up we come. So next I'm just going to roll out my ankles and change direction. Now this time I'm just going to stretch out the ligaments, the external ligaments of my ankle a little bit. Now I'm just going to bend into this a tiny little bit just to create a little bit more flexibility in my ankle. Now I can feel a nice stretch along my peroneals on the outside of my calf right here. And let's release that. Okay, so same idea again. Let's roll out the other ankle and change. And same idea again. I'm just going to deliberately go over on my ankle a little bit and just lean into it. I can feel that nice stretch along the side of my calf. Okay, I'm just going to finish off here with a calf and a soleus stretch right up against the wall. So I'm just going to get rid of this so I don't slip. Okay, so a lovely deep stretch for my calf first of all. And now I'm just going to bend that knee again. So it's coming into my Achilles tendon and my soleus muscle. And I'm going to just come out of that again. I'm going to straighten my leg and go a tiny little bit deeper. And that's it. I'm going to change. And I'm going to bend that knee a little bit to get a nice stretch on the Achilles. And come out of it for the last couple of seconds. And release. That's the stretching part done. Now I'm going to do a little bit of foam rolling. So if you have a foam roller handy, great. If you don't, that's no problem. You can just turn me off. All right, so I'm going to just start with the calves. And This is obviously an extreme foam roller. I have my other one there, I don't. But any kind of foam roller will do. And so if you're new to foam rolling, make sure it's nice and soft and the body will adapt over time. Okay, so I'm just going to foam roll the belly of my gastrocnemius, my main calf muscle, just for a few seconds, just to loosen it out. So obviously a little bit better if you can raise your body up so you have your full body weight on your calf. And all the way down then towards your tendon, but not quite going over your tendon. So we just want to really roll out the muscles and nothing else. And we're going to change. Now next we're going to bring it up to the hamstring. It's the same idea again. I try to avoid going over any joints as well. It's just a little bit too sore and it can create a little bit of havoc within the joint itself. So just on the hamstring, just easing it out. It's not very effective on your hamstring. Your hamstring is very, very deep. The best way of rolling out your hamstring is by sitting down on a chair and having a ball underneath your hamstring and just kicking out your leg nice and slowly. That's the best way of actually rolling out any niggles in your hamstring. But this isn't too bad. So just about 15 to 20 seconds on each side will do perfectly. Okay, next thing I'm going to do very gently is my ITB. So the side of your thigh. And generally I just put one leg over the other like this and I roll it out nice and easy. Now I'll go very, very gently over my hip joint and I'm just going to get into my glute medius muscle as well. I'm going to switch legs. And then all the way over to my glute medius muscle. And that's only about an inch or two of roll. And then lastly, just the quads. The same idea again. You just want to adjust your body weight on your foam roller. So you're getting effective roll, but nothing that's too uncomfortable. And we'll change. And very lastly, all I'm going to do is just activate the glutes with just 2 exercises. So we're down in the quadruped position here, and all I'm going to do is do 10 reps on each side. So right arm and left leg, just nice and slowly, but all I'm doing here is just activating my glute and my opposite QL. 5, 6, 7, and 8, and we'll change. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and very, very last one, just for the glute medius. Again, 10 in a row. Just something you feel it contracting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we'll change. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very last stretch. All the way up with your hands. Leave it hang for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees and come on. Okay, we'll see you next week.